Alright, so now that the entire crew of the Pequod has made a blood pact to kill Moby Dick, let me tell you exactly how terrifying this whale is. Number 1, very big whale. Very old. Number 2, white, so that's terrifying. Number 3, covered in all the broken off spearheads of people who tried and failed to kill him in the past. Number 4, very smart. For a whale, not a very high standard. All it means is that Moby Dick has figured out that if he gets hit with a harpoon, instead of swimming away from the boat that threw it at him, he should swim towards the boat, because he is a whale and a boat is a fucking boat. Really, it's just common sense. A human would have figured it out a long time ago. Also, apparently Moby Dick can teleport or something. I don't know. All of this adds up to make him a horrible person to choose as your lifelong adversary. I say person, but I mean whale. Ahab, on some level, knows that he's made a bad decision. And he knows that if he lets his crew think about it too long, they will also realize that he's made a bad decision. So he has to keep them busy by getting them riches from other dead whales. Because Moby Dick may be worth a lot of XP, but he's not worth a lot of gold. So, luckily, they spot a whale. Queequeg and Ishmael are hanging out on deck, weaving a rug together like best bros, and they hear the call go up. So everybody jumps on their boats. And by everybody, I mean everybody. So like the entire regular crew, plus Ahab's secret bonus crew that he didn't fucking tell anybody about. So yeah, the captain's not supposed to go on whaleboats. Number 1, if the captain goes on a whaleboat and he dies, then you're fucked. And number 2, Ahab shouldn't go on a whaleboat because he's a crazy man with a bone leg and he's going to fall over into the water and then drown, and he's the captain, so then everybody will be fucked. But Ahab don't care. He had a custom boat built that he could stand in with his stupid leg. And he had a crew custom selected, including this guy named Fedallah, who's like some kind of weird fortune teller. So the crew's trying to deal with this shocking revelation, and they're trying to hunt a whale, which is hard, and there's a storm. So naturally, they don't catch the whale, they go back to the ship, and they're sad, and it's a bad omen. Fun fact, gonna be a lot of bad omens from here on out. Might be a Ishmael hindsight 2020 kind of thing. But regardless, next, they run up on this boat called the Albatross. And they're all really excited because they want to go party with the Albatross. It's another whale boat, and they're lonely. But Ahab don't want to party. Ahab just wants to take out his megaphone and be like, yo, where Moby Dick at? And the captain of the Albatross hears him, he hears Moby Dick, and he goes, what? And he takes out his megaphone and he starts going, womp, 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 because they can't hear him because of the wind. And then he's like, wah! And he drops his megaphone into the water, which is a bad omen. But luckily, then they run into this other boat called the Town Ho, and the people on the Town Ho tell them a story about a dude named Steelkilt who staged a mutiny but then didn't succeed, but then one of the dudes that Steelkilt didn't like got killed by Moby Dick. So bad omen. But that's okay because everybody just gets so drunk with the crew of the Town Ho that they can't feel feelings anymore. And then they take off, and they keep going, and then they see a giant squid, which is, for those of you keeping track at home, the 4th bad omen. But they keep going. It can't have been too bad of an omen because right after that they find a big old giant sperm whale and Stubb fucking kills it, and the way he kills it is worth going on a little tangent for. I get one tangent because Ishmael gets fucking 11 million tangents. Okay, so when you're hunting a whale, here's what you do. You take a little boat, you get your boat, you drop it into the water, and you're going after the whale, and you go up to it and you throw a harpoon and you kill it, right? No, you don't kill it. It's a fucking whale. Keep up. No, the harpoon is attached to a rope, and the rope is wound all around your ship like a weird cat's cradle of death. And when the whale gets hit by the harpoon, it just dives. And so it starts pulling your rope, and your rope's going crazy around the ship, and if you're standing in the way of that rope, you're going to get your legs chopped off. But I'm sure that won't be important in this book ever at all. Haha, nope. Anyway, then the whale is taking your boat along, and it's like a jet ski of death. You're just going, and then the whale comes up above the water, and then you haul yourself in with the rope, and then you stab the whale with a spear, and it dies. It is the most metal thing that a human being can do in this world, I swear. So, that's how they do it. And then they haul it up over the boat, and then they peel it like an orange, if you peel oranges with a fucking sword and a hook and a chain, and then the orange is covered in blubber, and then you put it below decks of your whaling ship. But otherwise, the parallels are clear. And Stubb eats some of it raw like a badass, and then they run into another whaling boat called the Jeroboam. The Jeroboam is a very special whale boat, because unlike other whale boats, it's run by a drug-addled psychopath who thinks he's the angel Gabriel, and is keeping the crew under his control by giving them opium. So he comes up on a boat to the ship, and Ahab's like, hey, guy who thinks he's the angel Gabriel, you're crazy like I am. Have you seen Moby Dick? And the angel Gabriel is like, yeah, I've seen Moby Dick. The white whale, he's God. You can't kill him. You can't kill God. And Ahab's like, dude, if God eats my leg, God deserves whatever's coming to him. And Gabriel's like, no, you're going to die. And Ahab's like, whatever, man. I can see that you're high as balls. But, hey, listen, I have this letter that we were supposed to give to a crew member of the Jeroboam. Can you pass it along? And Gabriel's like, no, that guy's dead. And Ahab's like, well, come on, just still take it. Maybe take it back to his family or something. Like, I don't want it. It's weighing my ship down. And Gabriel's like, no, how about you take it? You know why? Because you're going to die soon. And it just makes more logistical sense because you'll die and then you can bring it to him in hell where you're all going. And it just, we're not going to die for a while. And I'm going to heaven because I'm literally the angel Gabriel. It just makes sense. And Ahab's like, whatever, dude, I'll just burn it or something. And Gabriel's like, sweet, thanks, gonna die, you're gonna die. And then he sails away. That guy, the angel Gabriel, and the Jeroboam, big old bad omen. So then they keep going, and they skin the rest of the whale, and they run into another boat called the Virgin, which is a rollicking good time. It's just a bunch of virgins being virgins, am I right? They have a lot of fun on the whaleboat until they inevitably die. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty boring at this point. Ishmael responds to this by just writing page after page of dubiously correct whale facts, like that whales are really smart, despite the fact that they have tiny brains, and that St. George's dragon was a whale. Probably the only accurate and interesting thing he says is that whales now travel in pods, even though they didn't used to, because humans are hunting them to fucking death. But in the same breath, he's like, oh, but humans can't possibly hunt whales to extinction. That would be ridiculous. It's not as if this incredibly wasteful practice of skinning whales and then leaving their bobbing carcasses out in the middle of the water for other ships to avoid because they think they're shoals of rocks could ever have a detrimental effect on the worldwide whale population. God damn it. We are ruining the fucking world. Ugh. But I swear, the book gets more interesting soon. Lots more interesting stuff happens. It's just that stuff is a story for another time.